For your next part of your assignment, you're going to edit a story. You're going to change the appearance of it to make the reader enjoy the story more using clip art. Clip art's a collection of images that can be added to the document to decorate the publication. We're going to change the text wrapping, which is how the words go around the objects, or the pictures in this case. We're going to change our object order, and that means the position of the objects, or in this case pictures, and then we're going to group those two objects together to create one. We're going to also use the handles to adjust it. Remember, with pictures we only want to use the corner. Graphics like this are going to help us add detail and emphasis to certain parts of the story. Pieces of clip art are used in literary pieces to help to illustrate the text, which is exactly what we're going to do. You could also use it in flyers or brochures, which we'll do at some point. And don't forget that the weight is the thickness of the lines. So we're going to open our edited storybook. We're going to use the keyboard shortcut Control G to go to page 3 of the edited storybook. So go to your desktop, go to your file folder, your editor subfolder, and open your edited storybook. Then we're going to do Control G and go to page 3, go to, and then close. Now, the story is called The Unbelievable Trip to the Store. It's about a walk to buy milk. You're going to learn how to add the clip art to make it look better. First, you're going to add next to the title, because you're going to click next to the title. You're going to add a piece of clip art called store. You may want to add the word cartoon to it to help you get the proper kind of clip art. If you do a photograph, you could come up with some copyrighted materials, because we're going to be including Bing content. So make sure you do that. You can scroll down, click and drag and scroll down. Once you do this, once you add the clip art, so insert clip art, make sure the box is checked, type in the search for box store, and then click or enter go. Pick a picture of a store. It can be any store that you want. In this case, I'm going to do this one, and then we're going to use the corner handles to resize it to make it a little bit bigger. Not too big just yet, because we've got some more work to do on the rest of the story. Alright, make sure you only resize it from the corner handle. Then we're going to format it. Remember how we formatted in the previous assignment? We're going to change the border, and we're going to add a picture effect to create more interest to the picture of the store. So, click on Format Your Style. You can pick and choose whichever one you want. Remember that be careful when you're using certain styles, because you don't want to have too much or too little. So make sure it's not covering your picture too much, and that it doesn't overwhelm. Okay, you can still increase and change, and you add your picture effects. Don't want to look like a stormy cloud, so add something that adds to it instead of takes away. You might not want to do a glow. Maybe you want to do a reflection, but make it a small one. Okay, go back to Canvas, finish reading your directions. You can rotate it as well by clicking on the rotation handle. Okay, Word is automatically going to make this picture in line with text, as that's the way it defaults, meaning that's the way the text is going to wrap around the object. We don't want it to be in line with text. We want to choose square. Square is going to allow us to move it around, but keep the text in a square around the picture. So we're going to drag it to the middle once we do that. So click on the picture, click Wrap Text, and this time Square. Drag it to the middle of your picture. You can choose all the different options just to see what they look like. Okay, I often use tight because it keeps the picture right around it, through, top or bottom, in front of the text, behind the text. You generally do not want pictures wrapped around or behind the text, because it makes the text difficult to read. So choose square or tight. Maybe adjust the size a little bit more. Okay? Now we're going to click below the title. And we're going to insert a picture of a boy or girl. Same thing we did with the clip art. If there's a block of color, we're going to make it see-through. So, now click insert boy and girl. See what picture you can find that you like. Make sure you pick one that is appropriate to go into the store. Okay, you don't want to do throwing a ball or kicking a soccer ball. Pick one that is more appropriate to what you're doing if they're going to the store. So pick one that looks like somebody's going to the store. And then you can edit it. Now obviously this one takes up way too much room. This is a copyright protected picture. So this is a perfect example of what I was talking about. Since it's using Bing, if there are words behind the picture, you cannot use it. That's called a watermark, and you can't use that picture. So find one that you can use. Make sure that it's not copyright protected. Adjust it. Change your text wrapping. Okay, and this time we're going to move it over to By Our Store. Make sure you're reading the directions again. Okay. Once you find your picture, in order to make it transparent, we've got to select our clip art. Okay. Then we're going to click on the Picture Tools Format tab, the Color and the Adjust, and then we're going to set the transparent color. So the white does not show up if there were any white. In this case, it's really transparent already, but you would click Set Transparent Color. And if you click the background, it gets rid of that color. And then save. Make sure you save every 5 minutes or so. Continue to read through the directions. Now we're going to change the object order. We're going to bring you can right click or you can go to the Picture Tools format, and then you could do bring forward or send backward. Notice how I can send this one backward. See how the store went on top of the kids, or I can bring it forward. Or I can send the picture of the store back or forward so that it's together. Then I can hold the Shift key down on the keyboard, click on the other picture, and I can group these pictures together so that I can adjust the size together. Now if this doesn't look right to you, you can undo that until you get it to exactly where you want it, so that it's going to be down and into the corner and out of the way. Make sure you look at this example and follow the example by moving your objects and adjusting your size to where they look good together. In this case, this needs to be by your title, and you might want to ungroup them. Then save. Then you'll take a quiz or submit it on Canvas.